verses 3 to 5. Titus chapter 2, verses 3 to 5.
Teach the older woman likewise to behave as becomes the worship of Elohim, not false accusers, not being enslaved by much wine, but to become teachers of the good things, that they might train the young women to be modest, to love their husbands and their children, to be discreet, chaste, good homemakers, good, obedient to their own husbands, so that the word of Yahweh may not be blasphemed.
To be obedient to their husbands, so that the word of Yahweh may not be blasphemed. This is strong language. We see that a disobedient wife who claims to love Yahweh brings about reproach on Yahweh's word. She causes the word of Yahweh to be blasphemed. The best thing you can do to help your husband to be a spiritual leader is to refrain from getting in the way. Many women desire that their husband be the kind of leader that Yahweh wants them to be. But they are the ones preventing that from becoming a reality. Wives can support their leader, but to lead their husband to be a leader is impossible, because she is the one doing the leading. I repeat, a woman cannot lead her husband to be a leader, because she's doing the leading in that case. Let's continue in 1 Peter chapter 3. Go back to 1 Peter 3 and continue verses 3 to 6. 3 to 6.
And adorn not yourself with the external ornaments of curls of the hair, or the wearing of golden trinkets, or of costly garments, but the hidden man of the heart, in the incorruptible adornment of the meek and quiet spirit, which is the great value before Yahweh. For so once indeed the holy woman who were hoping on Elohim adorned themselves, submitting themselves to their own husbands, as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him master, whose children you become, doing good and not being confused by false values. Genesis 16 verse 12.
Sarah is given as an example of a submissive wife who adorned herself with a meek and quiet spirit. The holy women of old adorned themselves with humility and subjection to their own husbands. Do you desire to be a daughter of Sarah? Then you must do well and not fear. You must fear Yahweh, but you must not fear what will happen if you allow your husband to lead. It isn't about trusting in man, it's about trusting in Yahweh, as we just read in 1 Peter 3 verse 5. The holy women who were hoping on, who were trusting in Elohim. Therefore, let's read in Proverbs 3 verse 5. Proverbs 3, 5.
Trust in Yahweh with all all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding.
This is true both for women and men, for everyone, even children, of course. Trust in Yahweh, including what he says about the role of women. We should continue to trust Yahweh also in that respect, even though it goes against the wisdom of the world, of the society. So this is what the holy women of old had as their adornment. A meek and quiet spirit, trusting in Yahweh. The foolish women were not so. Example is Job's wife. Job's wife was a woman who prompted her husband to do evil. Let's go to Job chapter 2, verse 9. Job 2:9.
And his wife said to him, "Are you still holding fast to your integrity? Curse Elohim and die."
She did not submit to Yahweh, nor to her husband. On the contrary, she mocked her husband and pushed him to forsake Yahweh, to curse Yahweh. Her mind was on the temporal things of this world, rather than on believing and trusting in Yahweh. But Job refused to allow circumstances, whether good or evil, to allow him to forsake Yahweh. And this is what needs to be done. Trust Yahweh, acknowledge Him in all our ways, and He will direct our paths. Let's go back to Proverbs 3, verse 5, but this time we will read verses 5 to 8. Proverbs 3, 5 to 8.